Hello, welcome back to the shop. Out here doing some work on my 1994 second gen Isuzu Trooper. One of my buddies many years ago nicknamed Sourdough. So you're gonna get some videos coming up here. Sorry it's been a minute on the channel here, but you'll get some second gen Trooper videos coming up. I got a big project going on right now, so thought I'd make a quick video, run everybody through what's going on. Okay, I am doing a diff drop on the front end to correct bad CV angle with lifted Cal-Mini torsion bars that are pretty cranked to fit 285s on this rig. I have a super rare set of first gen Trooper RS 477 gears that are going in to match the 285s a little better. This is a manual transmission, so I don't have any torque converter to make up for the bigger tires. So luckily many years ago on Craigslist I scored a set of 477 gears. The front is direct bolt in if you happen to be lucky enough to find a set. The rear on a second gen Trooper, because this has an ABS sensor in the differential housing in the back, that had to go to a diff shop to have the gears swapped over into the different housing, putting an ARB air locker in the rear end of this at the same time. So it had to go to a ring and pinion shop regardless for the rear end. But that's what it takes to swap 477s in to a second gen if you happen to score a set. Front's direct bolt in, which is nice. That's what I'm working on here tonight. So everything is all pulled out, all disassembled, all the axle shafts out, steering out. You do have to pull all of the steering linkage on this to get to the bolts that hold the diff brackets in place. Got a couple of these parts store pullers. They failed. One totally bent on me. This one, the ears are all marred. It's my older one. I went out and bought a brand new one because this one had marred ears on it. The new one just bent. So I went out from Amazon and got this beefier one, and this was able to pull my pitman arm off the steering box because that pitman arm has to come out of the way in order to get to the giant 22 mil bolts that hold the diff brackets in place onto the diff brackets and the diff drop. So to correct your CV axles when you crank your torsion bars and lift these Troopers, you have to take your stock diff bracket and cut out the portion that has the holes in it. Bump it down about an inch, inch and a half. You can get away with an inch and a half if you have a lot of lift. 1 inch is fine if you don't have too much lift. This has been a while. I did these brackets a while ago when my brother was out to visit. He's a little bit better welder than I am. So this is then the modified bracket. So you see how this is dropped down at the bottom there. That's how much you drop it down. And then you fill with a plate of steel in there. There's some U-joint clips that have to come out to get these bearings off. So you don't need a press or anything. You just take these clips off and everything comes apart on there. So that's the stub side there, all put together with the lifted bracket on. The driver's side with the longer shaft all put together over here with the diff drop bracket on. That'll do a lot to make my CVs last a lot longer. I do get some clicking with them now as it is. Plus, I've just gone through a ton of CV boots on this. I always worry that I'm going to bust one of them because the angles are so severe. So this should get my CVs running pretty flat again. Like I said, the big issues with this are, if you want to do the diff drop, is you're going to have to be able to weld to make one of these brackets, because you can't buy them anywhere. And getting the pitman arm apart was a bear. May or may not be on your vehicle, but I did find that the $60 pitman arm puller from Jeff Bezos was worth the money over the $22 one at the parts store to get all the steering linkage out of your way, so you can drop everything down. You only have to remove the stub side axle when you're taking this whole assembly out. You drop it down a little bit and you can access the 4 bolts to pull the stub side out, and you can leave the long side intact with all the CV, and it all drop out as one unit, and you can take it apart once you have all the unit out. But if you're not taking the control arms off, you have to remove the stub side from the housing in order to get everything to drop down. But you only have to remove the stub side. You don't have to remove the long shaft side in order to get everything to drop down once you got the 422 mil bolts that go through the bushings on the diff brackets. So that's what I got for now. I will get a better walk around video on old sourdough here, because I've already done a lot to this rig that is not documented, but it's in the shop right now to get some more stuff done. So I'll get a good walk around for you. But thanks for watching, and stay tuned.